Here's your first tutorial on tracing. I'm going to use SketchUp just as a way to do it. I'll also show you how to do it by hand, and I'll show you how to do it by AutoCAD, but here's your SketchUp version of it. The first thing you need to do is open up SketchUp. So I've done that. And then I find that I need this special little toolbar up here called Views. So I'm going to go to my View, Toolbars. Also, you might need to open it up. It's a simple one. Okay, so I just did the first simple one, and I'll go to View, Toolbars, and I'll turn on my views. And then I can look at it straight down from the top, as you see, and I will get rid of any of the stuff that I see. That's just the delete button. And now I have a nice clean thing ready to go. So then I come over and I take a snip of the image so that I can put it in my drawing to trace. So to take a snip, I need the snipping tool. I can find that by typing snip and opening it up. But of course, I've already done that and I've got my snip of it. And once I've got that, I'll do a file save as, and I need to save it as an image. And PNGs work very well in SketchUp. So there's it is as a PNG. And now I can make my SketchUp full size for you. So to get that image in there, you need to import the image and make it as big as you want. You'll be able to zoom in on it so it doesn't really matter. That looks good. Put it in there. Now I'm ready to go. Now, one of the weird things about SketchUp is it doesn't really draw lines. It draws what it calls edges, so you don't have much control over it. And I'm going to use an arc command. And you can use either one, 3-point arc or 2-point arc or this one. I'm going to use this 2-point arc, which means I hit the end points and then say how much the arc bends out. So 2-point arc. And I think I'll just start over here with the fish's back. So here's a little bit of an arc, and it's got a little bit of a downward bend to it. It's kind of hard to see, but you can get it. There's another part of the arc. I don't have to be perfect with this. I'm just sketching. So I think I'll make other part of the arc. Yeah, I'm just finding little pieces of this thing to draw, and I'm kind of making it close. I'm getting so now I've got 3 of those arcs. I can put this little arc in now. Notice that I'm not paying super. It doesn't have to be exact. It just needs to kind of look like a salmon by the and that's not very good looking, but it'll be okay. So now let me get this part of the arc. Bit of an arc. Two. And there's a little bit of work to picking where you want your arc to go, but not too much. Yep. And you can add the other stuff in, but I'm really just looking for kind of a quick sketch. Now, if I hold the shift key down and the wheel, I can move it a little bit. That's shift and the wheel. And I can scroll in. You do that command again, get a couple more pieces in here, and then I'll just show you how you can. Yeah, you'll take a little bit more time to do more of it. Hit the escape button if you do something wrong. Shifting the wheel to move around. So there's the end point piece. That looks pretty good. This way a little bit. I'm not making it perfect. That's one of the things about sketching, which is cool. You just need something that sort of looks like. Top view again. Wasn't. Do need to be in that top view. If you need to get rid of something, go to the arrow and click on it. not in a good top view. It was looking kind of wanky. Isn't it weird how it kind of finds the drawing and sort of goes over it for you a little bit? Shift wheel. And it's okay. You don't have to go to the edge like over. That one didn't work. That's okay. Yeah, I think that'll do kind of well. And so I'm just, I've got a lot of this done pretty quick. Of course, I practice this, right? So I know how to do it. Might take you a little bit longer. And of course, I'm only going to show you a portion of it. So once you've got, well, let me get the eyeball in here because it'll look funny without the eyeball. I'll finish up just a little bit more of it just to show. And the more you practice, of course, the easier this gets. I don't practice a lot in SketchUp. I use other tools mostly. That's okay if it looks like there. I've got enough to really show that it's going to look like a salmon now. There we go. So once I'm done with it, I'll just go to my arrow and I'll kind of click on the image and I'll delete it and see, oh, that looks kind of like a salmon. Oopsie, I keep getting that wrong. There we go. Zoom in. Shifting the wheel makes me round. So you'll be able to do a little bit more of it. But that looks pretty salmon-like. So then to put it into your presentation, of course, you would take a snip of this. Go. Now, if you want it to look more cool, right? I said there's some things you can do. There's this button called styles, and you can change the style. You can make it kind of look sketchy with different line weights. Those kind of look cool. They look, wow, it looks really cool and sketchy. That's neato. And you can look at all the different styles that might kind of groovy. Some of them look better than others. You look at your styles. Okay, I think for what we're doing, one of these sketchy ones is probably, but play with it. Look it over and see what you like. I kind of like that one. So then you can make a snip of that. Of course, I'm working on VMware, so I have to save this and then load it to my Google Drive, and then I can work with it. But there you go. That's how you use SketchUp, a fairly easy tool, and the only tool that I used on it was the 2-point arc tool. You could use drawing tools. You could use a lot more tools, but you could do that whole thing with just the 2-point arc tool. As always, if you have troubles or problems and need some help, you can catch me during one of my appointments, during the lecture, during the lab, or you can email me, and I'll do my best to get a hold of you as soon as I can to help you out.